Don't we have a meatloaf?
The meatloaf! Fuck!
All right, folks. I tried to click it off. I tried. Can't you shorten that?
Try not, do or do not. There is no try.
All right, that's fair. Game Time Decision Tuesday edition, Hangover edition, whatever you want to call it. It's Game Time Decision Tuesday, January 10th. I'm your host, Detroit Lenny, joined with our favorite knuckleheads, Nick and Tim Earl from Earl Sports Bets. How we doing, gentlemen?
Well,
We're going. We're going.
Good talk. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah,
guys,
that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to hit that thumbs up button.
Yes, thank you. Wager up to $1,250 when you sign up with Caesar Sportsbook. And if you see, I got the hiccups. As soon as the show starts, I get the hiccups.
Nice.
Read this below. If you don't win, you'll get 100% of your stake back as a free bet. You're just going to go with the hiccups, folks. Win or lose, you're going to get 1,000 reward credits, 1,000 tier credit points. All you got to do is sign up. The link is in the description below. Use the promo code GTD4. And don't forget about Earl Sports Bets. Their package, 7-day package, and you go earlsportsbets.com/promo. 7-day package, $49. And we lost Nick.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it's just been kicking us out of the rooms lately.
Yeah, that was weird. It just errored out for me there.
You know, it did that to me on
It did that to me last night.
this morning, filming something. It did it. It kicked me out and I had to come back in. But all right, well, you're here. You're gonna go over your NHL today.
Yes.
There.
We get a nice decent sized slate. All right, we'll kick it on off here with Buffalo and Seattle. Both these teams are nice enough to not name their starting goaltenders yet. It could be Comrie, it could be Okko-Pekka-Luukkonen for Buffalo, it could be Anderson, or it could be Grubauer, or it could be Martin Jones. I'm assuming Grubauer or Jones went last night for the Kraken. Good news for the Sabres. Yoki Haru is off the IR. They activated him today. For the Kraken, it is still Jonas Donskoy out for them. I'm waiting on goaltenders for this one. If it's going to be Eric Comrie, I'll grab an over and probably a Kraken team total over. If it's UPL, I will pass. So that's kind of where I'm looking at for this one. Columbus and Tampa Bay is our next matchup here. Merzlikins and Vasilevsky are your goaltenders for this one here. Korpisalo is going to be out long term, I believe. Also Robinson, Texier, Chainikov, Danforth, Jenner, Tarasov, Voracek, Werenski is all out for the Columbus Blue Jackets. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, Zach Bogosian's questionable. Other than that, they're pretty healthy. Lightning coming in off of back-to-back losses. I think they hit the 6 total by themselves tonight. I think this is like a 6-1, 6-2 type of game. I'm on the Lightning team total over. It's a 4.5, but at plus money. And I'm on the full game over 6 as well. Next matchup here, we have the Minnesota Wild and the New York Rangers. Marc-Andre Fleury is confirmed. Igor Shesterkin is expected. I want nothing to do with this game. These are two teams I can't get right. So it's a pass for me. No injuries as of note for either team. Vancouver and Pittsburgh. DeSmith confirmed for Pittsburgh. Spencer Martin expected for Vancouver. Demko is still out for Vancouver. It's been mainly Spencer Martin and then sprinkles of Colin Delia in there as well. Also, Pearson, Pullman, and Ferland are out for them as well. Yari remains out. Poland, Archibald, Letang, Petrie all remain out for the Penguins. I'm on the Penguins -1, and I'm on the over 6.5. I'm looking to fade Vancouver defensively, as their defensive numbers are absolutely terrible, and the goaltending's not better. Vitek Vanacek and Pyotr Kochekov are the expected goalies for Carolina, New Jersey tonight. Bastian and Marino remain out for the Devils. Noting is questionable for the Hurricanes. Anderson, Gardner, Kashe still remain out for Carolina. I'm on Carolina -1 in this game. Don't let the 3-game losing streak fool you. This team has outplayed their opponents 3 straight games. And they were goalied a couple of times. So I'm on Carolina here -1 against New Jersey. Winnipeg, Detroit. Hellebuck and Husso are your confirmed goaltenders for this one here. Appleton and Stanley remain out for the Jets. Haig and Zadina for the Wings. Bertuzzi returns to the lineup tonight for the Wings. And I like the Wings. Team total under 2.5 at plus 130 and the full game under 6. I see this as a low-scoring game, and I wonder if Bertuzzi returning to the lineup actually doesn't help them too much the first game back, because it could mess with the chemistry of the lines that they did have heading into this. Detroit's been a pretty low-scoring game recently, or low-scoring team recently. I like the under in that game. In that one. The New York Islanders and the Dallas Stars. Jake Ottinger, Ilya Sorokin are your confirmed goaltenders. Rupe Hintz is out for this game for the Stars. Palmieri, Palich, Wahlstrom remain out for the Islanders. They are getting Holstrom back, and they are getting Barzell back in the lineup for tonight. I like the under 5.5. I see this as a low 2-2 type of overtime draw type of game. So if that interests you guys at all, New York, Dallas draw, I think, is an interesting look tonight. Calgary, St. Louis, Markstrom and Binnington. In this one, Killington remains out for the the Flames. For the Blues, it's a decent list here. It still remains a decent list. Leddy, Bertuzzo, Brown, Krug, O'Reilly, Paranovich, Scandella, and Tarasenko. I am on the Flames -1, and I'm on the over 6 in this game. I think the Flames are a bet-on team going forward. Their defensive numbers are getting better, and I'm starting to see with the Flames that I saw a little bit with the Devils earlier in the year before they went on that big run. Defensive numbers have been good, and they've been outplaying their opponents, looking for some positive regression for the Flames there. Next up, the marquee matchup of the evening, the San Jose Sharks are at the Arizona Coyotes. Nudivara, Semek, Kunin remain out for the Sharks. Marcelli, O'Brien, Ladd, and Little for the Coyotes. Vamelka and Kakinen are your confirmed goaltenders. I like the Coyotes in this game. I got their team total over 2.5. Juicy, but I projected them around 3.5 goals in this game. And the money line as well for the Coyotes. I see this as a 4-2 type of Coyotes win. So I like Arizona in that game. Final matchup of the night, Florida Panthers, Colorado Avalanche. Sergei Bobrovsky is confirmed. Georgiev expected. For the Flames. Wow, Flames. No, Florida. FLA. Florida, not Flames. Duclair, Hornquist, and Knight. Knight was placed on the IR today. He's going to be out for a little bit. It'll be Alex Lydon as the backup goaltender for Sergei Bobrovsky tonight. On the other side, Landeskog, Manson, Byron, Nichushkin, and Malgin remain out for the Avalanche. They are getting healthier, and I do think this team is going to start to turn around. I am on the Avalanche money line tonight in that final game against the Florida Panthers. That is everything for today's hockey slate.
All right, good job, good job. Maybe we'll get to the NBA. We'll talk when Tim Earl comes back. He abandoned his post. Oh, there he is. All right, you ready? NBA, you muted? You muted? You muted? Still muted?
Yep, I was gonna go grab a drink from the refrigerator, but there was no more drinks. I ran out of juice.
I hope to God there's no more Fireball left. All right, let's talk about some NBA.
Let's do it. Today's slate sucks. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that one. There is 7 games today, and I have 2 plays. That should show you enough. We'll start with Detroit and Philly. You got Joel Embiid, who's questionable. He did participate in shoot rounds. Bogdanovich is out. Other than that, everybody else should be good. Pass. Oklahoma City's going up against Miami, or what's left of Miami. No Bam, no Harrow, no Lowry. No interest. Pass. Charlotte and Toronto are going at it. No Oubre for Charlotte. Everybody should be healthy for Toronto. I'm not interested in this game. Lean over, but these are 2 teams that go opposite directions. Toronto more of an under team, Charlotte more of an over team, and just not a game I needed to get involved in. Cleveland and Utah is up next. Kelly Olynyk out for Utah. Other than that, everybody else should be good to go. My best bet is in the total in this game. The side is definitely tricky. I see Lenny has this Jazz. The side is definitely tricky. I just don't trust the Jazz right now. They got off to a really good start, but they've been just bad lately. Therefore, they could win this game by double digits. I have no real interest in the side. My best bet's on the total. We'll go over to Phoenix and Golden State, and we get the return of Mr. Curry. It's going to be his first game since December 14th. He will be in. No Booker. Klay Thompson is probable. No Paul. No Ayton. This game is going to be a blowout. Therefore, I like the under. Yes, I have more hockey plays. Well, I have more Sabres plays, I should say. This game's going to be an under because Phoenix can't get that the orange ball. They can't put it into the basket lately. So they have not been scoring. That one's going to go way under. Orlando and Portland going at it. Nurkic is questionable. Other than that, everybody else should be good. Eileen Magic did not back them because they're on a second leg of a back-to-back. I do not believe Portland should be that big of a favorite. Final game of the day is Dallas and the Clippers, and I don't think there's been a more frustrating team for me lately than the LA Clippers. They are just a mess right now. Paul George is out. And then on the opposite side, Luka is questionable for tonight. He should play. This Clippers team, I strongly believe they should blow it up. Trade away Kawhi, trade away Paul George, gets a bunch of draft picks, start over. That duo does not work. Completely just get rid of it and move on. And I believe the same thing with the Toronto team as well. I think they should blow that team up as well. But anyways, those are all the games for today. Very light slate for me. I looked at tomorrow's slate. Looks a little bit more fun.
That's fair. Hey, listen, let's not force it. We're not in the business of doing that. We don't make no money forcing plays. So
nope.
Definitely check. But check out Tim Earle's balling out, man. You've been I'll give you a thumbs up every time you put a show out. So I've been giving it to you like the thumbs up and watching the show. You're doing some good stuff over there, and you're always doing good in that round.
Six straight best bet winners over there. So
nice. So check that out when you guys get a chance. Picks and Parlay channel, balling out with Tim Earle. All right, well, let's head over to the chat. Talk to Ice X and Reggie P. First, the like. Boom, pang, pow. I'm going to take this down because it just gets in my way. I don't like how it covers up Tim's face. Rich B hit the like twice. 2 different channels, 2 different like buttons.
Good
also, well, why is this up here like this?
You good, Lenny?
Yeah, I don't know. Everything's all jacked up.
Makes sense.
So I think this is on the wrong one. There's only one. I don't know. I'm tired. It's a long night. Oh, fudgesicles. He's late, but he's here. He's on the wings. Team total under. And darn it, Tim has more. Yep, I already said that. That line went from Clips favorites to dogs. I'm really on the Jazz strictly. I look for home dogs in some of the handicaps that stood out to me. Their record at home 12-7, Cavs 8-11 on the road. It's not a big, and none of these NBA players are real big for me. So that's Tim's department. It's a trap. Another sweaty night incoming. Detroit, what's your plays, leans? Any NBA play, the only one I really like, I don't want to say really like, the only one that I liked was the Jazz. I got a whole lot of hockey going on, a whole lot. Check out the Parlay Party. It's all hockey. That is dropped on the Picks and Parlay channel. I got 14 parlay for 520, plus 520 I'm hoping to hit tonight. No, I was imitating Nick. Oh, I'm on the wings. I want to be on the wings, but man, I don't want it. I agree 100% with Nick, and I hate saying that. But in this situation, I do. Bertuzzi's going to help them, but not for a couple of games. Till that rhythm gets back, till he gets back in the stride, and the chemistry. That's a big thing, chemistry and lines. and adjusting and moving players around. Sometimes coaches do that to shake stuff up. Sometimes, obviously, injuries, stuff like that. But I'm in a holding pattern on the Wings. I don't know if that makes sense a whole lot, but
I want to. Nick got the thing for me, so we're good to go. I want to do a quick kind of like segment, and I want to start doing it a little bit more often. So we got the little thing. All right. So you know the definition of a poopy play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the ones that stink and don't make sense. How about Florida as a 2-point road favorite? 8-7 Florida, 2-point road favorite against 12-3 LSU. That one stinks. We're gonna go ahead and grab the Gators today.
Everybody in Morningwood I saw was all over this game, and on Handicap 10, like it seems like everybody's got something to do with this game in there.
We're gonna take a little bit of those poopy Gators tonight, minus the 2 points.
Gator poop in the house. All right,
Gator poop. I gotta throw that one out there.
Boxy says, "Hey Earl, Twins and Lenny, 100 plus parlays. You did the weekend on sports. I have no idea about." That's fair. Parlay party drops randomly 5-6 days a week. I'll drop one.
You should definitely check them out.
And football's ending, so I'm getting more into hockey. The weekends are really good with football now, but NBA, I don't do a whole lot of NBA. I put the NBA, I did a mixed sport one with some NHL football and NBA one day, and that was nice. I hit that one. But I don't do a whole lot with that. Now, there's a lot of juice going on in that show. There's a whole lot of chalk. I ain't even going to lie. But so far, we're doing good. This month to date, I think we're up almost 12 units. We're like 11.8. So, and we're plugging along. Parlay builders, little bankroll builders. I like them. Michigan State and Florida both to win, and Ole Miss plus 2.5 is a boost.
Oh, great. All right, Florida's a loser.
God damn it. Florida, no more poop. No more poop from Florida.
I still think Florida's fine. I didn't touch the Michigan State game.
Yeah, I haven't messed anything with that. What else we got? We don't look, the national championship game. Should we even talk? I mean, everybody knows it's kind of
beautiful.
I think the transfer portal will even out the level of play eventually. I mean, it's not going to overnight, I mean, this shit's got to progressively change. So hopefully that happens, but like,
I will say, in a season as great as this college football season was, that was probably one of the worst national championship games ever. In terms,
I will say that. I mean,
unless you are a Georgia fan or a Georgia bettor, that to a casual fan, that was probably one of the most boring national championships. And I wouldn't be surprised if most people turned it off at halftime.
Well, I fell asleep at halftime. So
exactly,
but
the game was
nothing to do with the game.
But I will say, and I know a lot of people after seeing that game, like, oh, TCU shouldn't have been there. TCU this, TCU that. Bama would have done this. All right. I will say, the committee
would have got their ass beat too.
The committee got it 100% right.
I think
100% right. Sure. Could have Alabama made that game more competitive? Sure they could have. 100%. Did Alabama do enough to make the playoff this year? Absolutely not.
I don't know if Alabama makes it much more competitive. It
would have been more competitive than 65-7.
Maybe 45-17. But it's still an ass whooping, I think, which is kind of what I thought. I thought it would stay under. I did not get the under. I teased it under. I really didn't think Georgia was going to throw up 50 on them.
The only chance that national championship game would have been competitive is if Ohio State beat Georgia. That's the only chance that game would have been competitive.
Correct.
Yeah,
and I think there's one thing.
If we got a TCU Ohio national championship game, I would have bet a lot. I would have bet alternative overs up to like 95.
Yeah.
And looking at it, I think
we can
this
only
definitely
look at it
proves.
that way and just be like, well, at least the semifinals were good games.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But the thing is,
At least the
Georgia
semifinals-
No,
everything.
usually it's
We're fun to
reversed.
watch.
Yeah, usually it's reversed. Usually the semifinals suck and the championship's the best game of them all.
But I would
Yeah.
100% take the two semifinal games being
All day.
bangers and then a blowout rather than two blowout games and then a banger national championship.
Yeah, you got two good games in semifinals.
We got two
so
good
I mean,
games. I don't think we could have asked more for the semifinals. And because of the
No.
semifinals, that's the only reason why I say the committee got it 100% correct.
that's fair.
And
Nick or
I think this just asserted how dominant the SEC is. Because I think once we go to 12-team playoffs, while we're going to have 4 SEC schools in there, usually.
And
Let's just say like this year.
those
this
guys
year,
make it
would've
to
been,
the
this
six.
year it would have been Georgia, Alabama, LSU, and Tennessee.
Right.
I don't know if LSU would have made it in.
I have a feeling within the first
LSU wouldn't have made it in.
I
I don't think so.
I think they were on the
might
border.
have. They might have. They would have gotten maybe the
LSU
11th
probably
seed.
would have been booted out for like Tulane.
Yeah, maybe.
I
But
would
I
have
think
loved to see
I
Tulane.
think what this is going to show is I think once we get to 12 teams, I wouldn't be surprised if within 3 years of the 12-team playoff, we have a Final Four of nothing but SEC schools.
Sooner or
could
later.
happen.
Sooner or later, it'll happen. Sooner or
Yeah.
later, one time it'll happen. But you could
The
have very
SEC
easily got two
it's
Big
SEC
Ten
and
teams
everybody
in
else.
a. You could have got Michigan and Ohio State in a national championship game. Then you would have had two Big Ten teams in there. That stuff's going to shake itself out. That's why these games matter in October. You know what I mean? They matter because that one loss it matters, and this is- at the end of the day, Georgia back-to-back champions. Perfect season this year. Perfect season, start to finish.
Nobody
Perfect.
was beating Georgia. Let's make that clear. Nobody was beating Georgia. They were, I think, double-digit They were the only team in college football that was double-digit favorites in every single game.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we
here,
talked
looking
about
at
this
it,
at the beginning of the year, we
well,
talked
Georgia
about
looked double
Georgia being
digits against Ohio State, yeah.
Yeah.
But looking at it here with the national championship, this is just dominance from the SEC because the SEC has won it 4 years in a row, 5 of the last 6, and 6 of the last 8. The only school in the last 8 years that was not a non-SEC school to win a national championship was Clemson. And it's been nothing but SEC schools practically for a while, since 2006. Let's just go back since 2006. Florida, LSU, Florida, Alabama, Auburn, Alabama. Here's one. Florida State, Ohio State. There's 2. Alabama, Clemson, LSU, Alabama, Georgia.
Georgia.
It's the SEC and everybody else.
Bet that shit right now, Georgia 3-peat.
Georgia, and I think the only team that'll threaten Georgia in the SEC this year,
Tennessee
and Alabama.
I don't see Alabama. Oh, well, Alabama reloads. They don't rebuild.
Alabama reloads. I don't care that
That's
Bryce
Georgia
Young is
doing the
gone. They're
same
gonna
thing.
replace him.
Now, Hayden Hooker comes back. If he comes back week 1, he should be back week 1, right?
USC.
USC will be good. I don't know if USC will necessarily be good enough to beat a Georgia in the finals. I think the only teams.
USC could have gave Georgia a
shot,
run for their money, I think. That game would have went over 100.
The only teams next year that I mean, obviously we need to see transfer portal and all that stuff.
Right.
The only teams that I think will actually give Georgia problems next year, Tennessee, Alabama, and Ohio State. That is the only 3 I can necessarily give them a problem. Ohio State could have beaten Georgia, could have easily beaten them. Now, maybe in that semifinal game, it's a targeting call versus Marvin Harrison Jr. They don't kick a field goal. They get a touchdown. They make that game a little bit wider, and then they win that game. So that game, the Georgia got lucky to get through Ohio State to the point where TCU is just a cakewalk. Ohio State was definitely the best. Ohio State was the second best team in the nation this year.
No.
All right, who's the second best team then?
Alabama.
Oh, stop.
Okay, shut up with your Alabama.
Yeah. I don't give that much
Okay.
love to Ohio State, but I get it. I get the argument. I do. I see your
Ohio
point, but
State. It was the most competitive game that Georgia had all year.
Yeah, but I think that was more of a spot situation than it is. I don't think that would have been the same if they'd have played last night. I don't think it would have been. But we'll never know. That is your 2023 college football season. Hopefully 2024, we'll see
A competitive national championship.
Right. Hopefully Mel Tucker and those boys will get this shit together, and we'll have an ECU MSU national championship game.
Oh, I commented in the morning wood chat.
Same result, by the way. 65-7. MSU runs over the Pirates.
Oh, 100%. Not even close. I joked around in the morning wood chat. I said ECU national title, and then the thing wakes up and hits the alarm.
Yeah, hits the snooze button.
Oh, they're going to win the national championship. ECU. It's going to be in baseball this year, though.
I thought they were moving to FBS too.
Could they compete with South Dakota State?
I don't know if they could.
To be honest with you, I don't know.
I don't know if they could.
That team ran through North Dakota State.
Ran through. And first of all,
I was the dumbass on the
North
Bison.
Dakota State against South Dakota State. I feel like it's always. I mean, I don't know. That was another good game. We didn't even talk about that game.
Oh yeah, that. I mean, who do you call it?
Thanks, sir.
In the FCS, it's been nothing but North Dakota State. I think they've won 9 out of 12 years previous to
that. Ice-X is trying to be kinky. He says if the Sabres lose, that he's going to start strangling me.
You got to go to his OnlyFans channel for that shit. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. So I think we don't have anything else to talk about, do we? We did hockey. We did NHL. We did hockey
playoffs?
and the NHL.
We
did NBA.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of an interesting line movement, which suggests that one player could be playing this weekend. The Miami Dolphins are now on 9.
It's definitely not Tua.
It's Tua.
You think so? Bro,
somebody
in his camp needs to tell him
is going to play a football game this weekend.
And
the Dolphins are going to hold it outright. I'm not a Tua fan by any stretch of the imagination. Do not make him play. Do not make Tua play this game. He has had 3 separate concussions this year.
Yeah, I think if you get 3, if you're labeled as if you miss 3 games, or like if you miss 2 games or more during the year with concussions,
injury. Come on.
Yeah. But here is a message I got on one of my group chats, and this guy also shared the information about an hour before we found out that Jalen Hurts was going to miss the game against the Cowboys. This is what we got from that guy. Tua apparently is going to play this weekend. So so when he's at practice tomorrow, the line should move the other direction.
And it did.
I got Miami at an 11. And they're now at 9.
I still don't like it.
Miami.
I don't like that. I don't like Miami win that game anyway. So
here's what's going to happen. People are going to have these 3 teams on their parlays this weekend. 49ers money line, Bills money line, Bengals money line. The Bills are going to kill that parlay this weekend. Or the Bengals.
There's no way the Bills lose. But
my bad. They're practically a lock, right? They're practically a lock.
Bro.
There's no way they lose?
I don't think so. Not in Buffalo. Not with the no, I can't see it. I just don't see a world in no multi-universe. I mean, that's why they play the game. I'm not going to use. You're trying to bait me into saying it's a lock, and I'm not going to do it.
There's no way the Bills lose. No way the Bills lose.
I can't see it. I could see, like, if Lamar played.
Dolphins money line.
run it. I'm just saying, Ravens and Bengals, I could see that being a closer game than the 7, just trying to compare bigger spreads. Most of them are 2.5, 3-point spreads. But like, there's no way. I think of it the same way. There's no way the 49ers lose to Seattle. And that's probably more of a fight than this one. Miami
I am interested in the
going to
49ers
get dog
person.
shit beat up.
Okay, so I've already bet 4 games, and I'm looking at sides for the other 2. All right, I don't have anything for Saturday yet. I'm looking 49ers first half and the Chargers. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I want the Chargers because I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars are slowly becoming a public dog.
I like Jacks. I like the Chargers 100%. I
love the
almost
Chargers.
took a shot at Chargers to win the AFC at 10-1.
That's not a bad look either.
And Chargers to win the Super Bowl at 22-1. Because everybody is super high on Kansas City, on Cincinnati, and on Buffalo. I want to take something else. And here, you know what? I'm gonna call my Super Bowl.
I mean, out of the AFC, those 3 you just mentioned are obviously the top dogs, but the Chargers. I said this at the beginning of the year. Here's why that won't happen. It's not got nothing to do with any of those players. Their coaching, their head coaching. If they didn't make the playoffs, he was he was definitely out today.
I have a couple dark. I have a dark horse to look at though. There's 2 of them in the AFC. I think that could be dark horses. If healthy, the Dolphins, and if healthy, the Ravens.
Yeah, but they're not.
Here,
and then for Sunday, I'm just gonna go through. On Sunday, I've already grabbed the Finns at 11. They're down to a 9. I'm on the Giants. I got the Ravens at 7, and I got the Cowboys -2.5.
I want to call my Super Bowl right here. Ready? People aren't ready for this though. Give me the Chargers versus Tampa Bay. And it's okay. It's not the. I know people aren't gonna like it because it's not the chalk. It doesn't have Tampa. It doesn't have Buffalo. No Kansas City. No San Fran. No.
Well,
Cincinnati.
if this game happens,
seeing a lot of people on San Fran does scare me.
Tom Brady has played 17 years, and he's gotten into the Super Bowl 8 times. I remember at one point we were joking around, called it the Tom Brady Invitational. You don't think that the NFL would jizz themselves to see the Tampa Bay Bucks and Tom Brady back in the Super Bowl again? That would be in what could be his final year. It's probably not his final year. He probably gets traded or something, but Tampa Bay
wants to play for the Raiders.
I know this is not going to be the prettiest. People aren't super high on this one, but I'll grab Chargers versus Tampa.
I'm
gonna type out my long shot Super Bowl matchup and then my realistic one.
Realistically, it'll probably be San Francisco and Cincinnati.
All right.
I strongly believe Cincinnati is the best team in the AFC right now.
I do too.
I do, but
I like Cincinnati a lot.
I think Cincinnati's the best team in the AFC. I think Bengals cover the spread. Sorry, Ravens cover the spread against the Bengals.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
I'll start with my realistic one. And it's chalky, whatever. Kansas City.
Yeah, I could see that. I see that. Or Cincinnati.
You want to get funky? We want to get weird? Baltimore, New York.
Oh, God.
Why not the Giants as a nice little dark horse? And
I don't hate the Giants. I don't hate the Giants.
Giants would be a fun story. I mean, that would be the most Giants thing to do ever, is to win a Super Bowl with Brian Dable as his first year as a head coach and Daniel Jones.
NFC Championship game. San Francisco, hear me out. San Francisco, Tampa Bay. Mr. Irrelevant versus the GOAT.
We already saw that. It was 35-7.
Exactly. San Francisco goes again. All right. Now, it's just part 2. Or that's the only way Tampa goes, is if he gets like some sort of revenge. But honestly, I think if Tampa goes deep in the playoffs, then Tom is done. I think he retires. If he gets knocked out right away, I think he maybe goes to Vegas. And I don't know how the money works and all that. And I don't know the ins and outs of contracts and all that. But Josh McDaniels would love to have him some Tommy Boy back and to have him there. And then you got Devontae Adams still there. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, I don't know. AFC, though.
I think at the end of this week, we're going to have in the NFC a one West team and 3 East teams. It'll be Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, and 49ers in the divisional round.
Mm-hmm. Miami, Buffalo, Cincy, and Kansas City. You could just put them all in the hat and pull one out. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I can't wait for.
I want nothing to do with. That's why my only futures are the 49ers. That's the only futures I bet.
AFC semifinal
AFC
round.
is a coin toss.
Chargers.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens come out of it.
Chargers, Bengals, Chiefs, and the Bills. Those 4 are going to end up in the AFC and fighting against each other. And I'll be honest with you, I can't wait to watch it.
Watch on Sunday. We get 3 outright dog winners with the Giants, Dolphins, and Ravens.
I think you're.
Giants are a live dog. The Giants are a live dog.
Giants are a live dog, and I think so are the Bengals or the Ravens, and so are the Dolphins. Here's the thing, though. And we can say this with the Seahawks as well. If you're a divisional opponent in a wild card round like this, I would be pissed if I'm the 49ers, if I'm the Bills, or if I'm the Bengals. I won my division. I get to host a playoff game, and I have to play a divisional opponent, which crazy shit can happen with that.
Yeah.
So, we got confirmation. Eric Comrie is in net for the Buffalo Sabres tonight. Let me go ahead and bet the over.
You know what's funny is that, like, you know, how the way that these always seem to finagle into it, like just fall into place. Cincinnati played the Ravens. You know, they play them twice a year. They just played them last week, and now they play them again in the wild card. Like, it's like part 2. And I don't think a lot of people, I don't think, realize the matchups and the play calling and the amount of adjustments that go into these head coaches and coordinators and everything that happens. Baltimore will make adjustments. I just don't think they can. They're not.
It's going to be a close, low-scoring game. I wouldn't talk you guys off the under that one.
Right.
The Bengals and Ravens, I feel like that's a 17-14 game written all over it.
I think it ends up just like it did last week, like 20. You're going to end up 26-17. It's probably looking at like a 24-10. If Lamar plays, it's 24-20. And I actually think Baltimore might have a better chance without Lamar.
No.
He hasn't practiced in over a month. I mean, why would he play? He shouldn't play.
If I'm Lamar, I'm done
I don't
with
play.
the Ravens, then I want out.
Right. Yeah, he's mentioned it before. So, and they've been negotiating his contract, I feel like, for 3 years.
It's going to be fun to see Lamar in green and white next year. It's just going to be a lot of fun being able to watch that.
You think he's going to be a Packer?
No.
Green and Jet?
White.
Mm-hmm.
Either him or Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's going to the Colts. We already talked about this.
Well,
and he needs an indoor stadium.
I want to see.
He also needs out of the AFC.
I want to see who trades up for the Bears' first overall pick. I want to see who does that.
The Bears are dumb enough not to trade it.
No, the Bears are going to trade. There's no point in the Bears drafting at number 1. The whole point of them getting the number 1 pick is they can trade it for a lot more. And be able to
trade it with the Texans
they want. Because if you look at the Bears, what do they not need right now? Quarterback. There's plenty of teams that will trade up for a quarterback. You're telling me that
the quarterback class ain't great though.
It's got Bryce. Well, it's got Bryce Young,
and
CJ Stroud, which is 2 big enough guys that the teams will want to go after. You're telling me that maybe Tennessee doesn't want to trade up for a quarterback, or Carolina,
Well,
Or
here's
the
the draft
Warriors?
order.
I
So
don't
here,
think so.
okay, so here's the draft order. How far would you trade down if you're the Bears? Number 2 is Houston.
They're
They
not
need a
doing it.
quarterback. You're fine there. And you get to possibly giving up Will Anderson if you trade down further than 3, because
Or
I think
tops.
Arizona.
The question is, do you need Will Anderson? Do you need
They need everything, bro.
They
do
need
you
defense.
need Will
They need
Anderson,
defense.
or would you like multiple first-round picks over the next couple of years? Because if you could trade down to, say, grab the 9th or 10th overall pick instead of the first, and the team who gets that is offering a first-round pick this year, a first-round pick next year, and other compensation picks, I'm 100% grabbing multiple picks next year in a quarterback class that's going to be absolutely freaking loaded.
Yes, but here's the thing. You're not going to get – it's not like you're going to trade number 1 and go back to 3 and then get next year's first rounder as well.
No,
That's
but if
not-
they drop down to 9 or
pretty-
10, if they trade 9 or 10, they could.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts traded up.
I could see
I
the
wouldn't
Colts.
be
They need a
surprised.
Isaac
quarterback.
said that too. Isaac
yeah,
said that too.
And I'm looking at Colts have the 4 pick.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily worth it.
Colts have the 5th pick. I have.
They have the 4th pick. They moved up 1 with the loss.
Oh, are you sure?
This is, I'm looking at CBS. This was updated on January 8th. It goes Bears, Texans, Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks, Lions, Raiders, Falcons, Panthers, Eagles, the pick they got from the Saints, Titans, Texans again, Jets get 13th, 14th Patriots, 15th Packers, 16th Commanders, 17th Steelers, 18th Lions. And then we'll go from there. So
Yeah.
be interesting to see who trades up. I think I think it's probably the Colts. My guess.
I could see the Colts. Let's just do a mock draft.
I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff to still go down, and we still need to see what's going on.
Right. We'll see how that shakes out. We'll see. I'm just saying, yeah, we'll see. Isaac says the group chat got spicy.
Yeah, the hockey group chat. We have Cubano and Toller going back and forth. It's kind of funny to watch. Anyways,
that's fair. Yeah, you would rather keep the
I
picks
could see Baker being in. I could see Baker in New York as well.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
And it's confirmed Grubauer for the Kraken tonight as well. So a little game time decision there. Grubauer for the Kraken. That game's going over.
All right. Yeah, for sure that game's going over. All right. That's going to do it for Game Time Decision. We will see you guys tomorrow. Monday through Friday, we are here at 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. We will see you guys tomorrow, Game Time Decision. As always, we appreciate everybody. Hashtag blame Terry. All right.
Yes. Hashtag blame Terry.
That's fair. This is what is this?
That's let's go Sabres picks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go Sabres picks. Jump on there. It's on all your channels. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on the Twitch. It's on the Twitter. It's on the everywhere. Get after it. Let's go Sabres picks all day, every day. Guys, good luck unless you're against this. Take care.